So, like, Fang's parents are, like, vaguely Arabian, right? Because, you know, I think the writers are, like, Lebanese, which is in that area. Like, religion is such a huge deal to these people. Like, you can say what you want, but it's called the Muslim world for a reason. And it's implied that Fang's family doesn't like them being non-binary. And that probably has religious roots, right? Or orthodox or traditional roots. We get none of that. We don't get any culture. We don't get any faith. These people exist in a vacuum and are just dealing with the end of the world, and all the parts that matter are just gone. Not even a raptor Jesus. It's like they hated raptor Jesus so much they just decided not to do any of it. T-Rex Buddha. No. No. I don't want... Pick something more creative. But they still have the tarot and the whole card reading thing, which is just a weird thing to keep. Like, genuinely, what's the deal with using Arabic Persian name? Yeah, like, why do they have cultures if we're not going to explore any of them? Or even talk about them? Terrible. Terrible. Like, when I was still writing that body swap story, like, the cultural clashes, the character they were dealing with and the world they came from was constantly coming up, was constantly something to think about. Come on. Like I said, it's like a child wrote it. A child doesn't care or know. It's terrible. All right. All right.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Why are they all looking away? What? All because Fang said fuck off. Amazing. I don't have enough Reed points to kiss Reed. Reed's isn't great. It's just him talking about what he thinks after happens after everyone dies. It's really kind of should have been more, but isn't. Also, I know the difference between religion and narcissism. Don't talk. It's fascinating watching people make their own characters into Goodbye Volcano High. Huh. That is a good question.
Hey, is she
Dead?
No. I decided to give her some space. You might have better luck, though.
Nah, so you're not doing that thing where you're giving her space, but you just don't want to confront the situation, but she really needs someone right now, because if you're making that mistake, you're a fuck-up.
got it? Yeah, I'll do that in a bit.
Never thought I'd see Naomi go off on someone like that.
Me neither.
Never thought I'd see you tell her to fuck off, either.
They've known each other for how long? Like, we've only seen them interact like a couple of times. We don't have any context for this. They aren't even dating.
I can't believe I said that.
Neither can I.
So sensitive.
Naomi is gonna hate me forever.
Probably.
Yeah, Leo, I think is his name. He shows him some of the materials. And then he just vanished because he wasn't needed anymore. He also, kind of art style-wise, clearly wasn't developed to fruition because he wears a Letterman jacket, and I don't think anyone does.
She's gonna dance on my grave.
Most likely.
She is gonna save the whole planet from the meteor with her super science brain and then choose to leave me behind and watch me get flattened.
Yep. All that, and more.
This is kind of cute, though.
You're not great at this whole reassurance thing,
There's a reason why you did it in the car.
Nasser.
Oh. Is that what we were doing? I thought we were wallowing in much-deserved guilt after
She said fuck like once.
you cussed out my best friend.
You're teens. Living in a modern world where fuck is common.
I didn't mean to say it. I didn't want to hurt her.
You never do. But it keeps happening.
Fair enough, because we did yell at NASA before. You know, honestly, you could have had, like, that scene with Nasser, have Fang say fuck off then, and establish that it's a big thing. I don't know. Yeah, the blue dude. Gay Sage. Gay Sage.
She's liked you for a while, Sib. She's not exactly subtle.
She literally hid behind an account for months. She is subtle, or at the very least indirect, where she can help it.
You never cared enough to notice.
Hey.
The fuck are you on, dude?
Hey.
And has always been your priority. It's easy to get left behind. Not just Naomi, either.
Oh.
So would it work better if some scenes establish how...
I'm sorry, Nasser.
Wait, Leo has story associated with him? We're gonna look that one up right now. Right meow! What was the story? Development history. One with Naomi, seen with his hand on the shoulder. This concept was heavily influenced by the swimming sports anime and manga series Free. Leo just seems to have died off screen, which is hilarious. Unnamed deceased mother? He has a cousin, too. Oh, yeah, the guy from Swamp Babies. It's kind of weird when you think about it, because they do not look alike. Which implies that crossbreeding is a thing. I'm so tired of this game at this point. I've said it before, like, you gotta end strong. You better pull this shit together.
It's fine. Well, it's not. But I kept myself busy, so... wasn't a total abyss of despair.
Yeah, no, I've got dibs on the abyss. If you want in, you gotta pay rent. Seriously, though, I had no idea you felt this way. Even if I never noticed, you hide it pretty well.
Yeah, he does look like an MB.
Skills acquired from many years of being the good child and keeping Mom off my back.
I can't believe you had to put any work into being the favorite. I thought I made it easy for you.
Nope. It took a lot to get up on this shining pedestal.
You make it look effortless.
And you make it hard. It's hard, sometimes. Watching you do whatever you want. Our parents pin all their expectations for normal on me. Even if I don't want normal.
You know, if we explored the culture these people lived in, maybe we would know what normal is. Instead of this vague Americanism. Which is fucking rude, by the way. If you're going to be multicultural enough to have vaguely Middle Eastern people, you can't skimp on the culture anymore, dumbass. You brought culture into this. You gotta talk about it now. You can't just imply that the Middle East exists and not talk about it. Especially if it's the reason that the parents aren't good with them.
Don't worry. I'll let them know you're a freak, too. Freak?
Coming from you? They'll never believe it.
Thanks for coming out tonight, Nas.
Leon Kennedy. What would he be referenced as? Oh, that's just a good idea, though. I hope he suplexes someone really hard. Preferably it's the asteroid. No, we gotta get Chris Redfield punching it. Chris Redfield is good at punching rocks, I've heard.
I'm glad you're here.
And I'm glad I got to play LNL with you guys. That was fun.
Good, because I am never letting you and Reed hang out ever.
What the fuck did they do to deserve this? Why didn't we get that scene? Oh my god, I'm so angry.
Again.
You can't keep us apart, Fang. It's destiny.
Well, you're in too deep now. Good luck getting rid of us.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Now go apologize to Naomi before she kills us both.
Nope. Oh, we got an extra concept with Nasir. Another unrepresented sexuality in furry novel space. Asexuals. Asexuals always get the short end because it's like asexual means aromantic, right? No. It just means they don't want to get in bed and fuck you. They can be perfectly fine hugging you, kissing you, giving you little pats on the head, having daydreams about tails, apparently. Like, fuck, dude. Dating asexual sometimes. It's great. You don't need to buy condoms. It's amazing. You could save so much in effort. I love how they don't even put any emphasis on apologizing to Naomi, which should have been like the last whatever.
It's a nice night.
Yeah. Is that all you got right now?
Yeah, the rough draft is still coming together.
Unlike this story where the rough draft was never finished. Ooh, ooh.
Listen, Trish,
So thinking about it, right? They added Rosa. They added Rosa as the token trans woman, despite originally just being a woman. But no token asexual character, unless it's Stella, I guess? What?
I'm sorry. I haven't been a good friend lately, or, like, at all. I've been doing whatever I want and ignoring what you want, and with everything that's happening with you.
If you want to know something fun, by the way, in Dutch you do actually say LHBT because it's homo instead of gay. It's really weird. It always catches me off guard when they say it on the news. I'm too used to the English one. Surge the Dirk, that is the most damning I've seen it said, but fair enough. It's fair enough. It's a checklist of token quotas with nothing that's done with it. Like, you can have characters just have it as a background trait, but you bring up the fact that Sage has home problems. When you bring it up, you have to talk about it. You can't just bring up, oh, he's from the Middle East, he likes, killing the gays on the regular because of his religion, and then not talk about it. You brought it up. Talk about it. Especially if you're going to say something that rude.
And Rosa and bug stuff and the future. I think I'm scared that you.
By the way, note how we have no options to choose any dialogue options, despite this being the perfect time for it. Especially since the dialogue options aren't that important. I'm just saying.
Just don't want me around anymore. And
This doesn't work if it's directly after the L&L scene where they play together. God damn it, you idiots.
I miss you.
I haven't gone anywhere.
It feels like you
That was a good line delivery. Damn.
have, though. Or that you're about to. Like you're about to disappear if I don't hold on tight.
Wouldn't have been great if we established that a little bit more. Not subtly. Literally having Rosa take Trisha.
And I think that makes me hold on a little too tight.
A little?
What do you mean? That makes sense if there's a moment where Fang tells Rosa to fuck off or something. But the most we've gotten is the whole band angry thing, and that doesn't really work for that particular...
Okay, a lot. But still.
The reason professional games don't do that is because they're usually made by big studios. You need an auteur. You need me, and only the beautiful, wonderful me at the top. Because if you have one autorial vision, or you have a good design document or something, it's much easier to plan ahead and organize that kind of stuff. Like, you need the direction early on, set in stone.
Oh.
And low budget games can fuck around more too. They just have fun with it. They also don't have to worry about a production pipeline that involves lip syncing, character recordings, and all that other stuff.
Well, you're right. I don't want you around. I need you around, dude.
Why would you say it like that, Trish? Why would you say it like that, Trish? Why? You know that Fang is sensitive and emotional and not that mature. Why are you being a subtle little fuck about it? You know Fang wouldn't. God damn. That's harsh. And only works if you're Australian, mate. If you just say cunt to him a couple times. Maybe Trish is technically asexual? No. Trish is implied to have dated at some point Mr. Sad Blue Jeans, and it's never really implied if that's because they're asexual. They might be into Rosa. Troza. Give me that rosish.
My best friend. Whoever I am, whatever I'm doing, I want to be able to share that with you. We don't have to love the same things. We still love each other, right?
I love how Trish's line delivery is actually pretty dang good.
You weren't sharing stuff with me, though. You were sharing it with Rosa. And leaving the band.
Actually, in general, this... Well, the setup doesn't work. This scene itself is kind of pulling together in a funny way. The actors are pulling everything. Great. Keep going.
What?
Dude, if you had gotten your Caldera Fest brainworms out of there for like 1 second,
You mean the show that's now canceled? That Fang was super upset about ish in a way early.
Never mind. Listen, when have I ever not shared stuff with you? You and Rita
Good question.
are constantly telling me that I know too much about arthropods and need to talk less about the mechanics of worm mating.
But that's not the stuff that people talk about when they say you should talk more. They are talking about the emotional.
Okay, fair. But I don't know. It just
I'm just full of bees and gender.
felt like there wasn't any room for me in your life the more into it you got.
Yeah, to the point that Trish literally left the band, which to Fang is like the thing that kept them together. So from Fang's perspective, it's like Trish left the friend group. I don't know. That's kind of the thing they're trying to imply here.
When you said you wanted out of the band, that felt like
Yeah.
it was just the final nail in the coffin.
I will
If the original... I don't even know, man. It's like the Schneider cut. Who knows? Who cares? Knowing the script will just make us sad. It would just make us upset we didn't get it if it's good, and it would make us just vindicated if it wasn't.
always have room
And we're already vindicated.
for you, dumbass.
Oh, Trish gets to call you a dumbass, but so you're straight and not cunt. Can you take a couple of C's to the face or not?
Worms forever?
Gonna put that shrimp on the barbie.
Worms for
They're in the southern hemisphere. Yay! They made up whatever they made up on. If this was well done, then Fang would be crying and there'd be running mascara or something. Wouldn't that be great? If you have enough bad points with one person, then Fang cries and Fang's mascara is running throughout the scene. But if you did good... stuff you can do! You know what I really like is that Snoot Game usually like overlays images onto characters in order to allow for certain minor transitions, such as the amulet on Fang. Little amber amulet is like is an overlay. There's a lot of text that's also an overlay for translation purposes. Like you can do that easily if it's in. Just saying. Imagine if Snoot. I don't want to think about it. What would that even mean? Are we talking early game, late game? I love how Naomi's thing is sewing. For some reason. Guess she's a seamstress. Wink.